Good evening. This is EmoNews, every moment online. Thank you for being with us. In tonight's headlines, National Bank of Dominica rewards customers with holiday shopping spree. JPS restores power to 80% of customers after Hurricane Melissa. Court awards damages to former PM Edison James over unlawful holding cell order. Dozens injured after magnitude 7.5 quake strikes northern Japan. Trump unveils $12 billion aid package for U.S. farmers amid tariff fallout. Dominica confirmed to receive track and field facility as part of World Athletics Aim Beyond project. And East Central FC narrowly beats BAA Sharks FC 5-4 in Under-18 Boys League. These stories and more coming up next. Stay with us.
Picture this: turquoise waters, golden sunsets, and you on an all-inclusive Caribbean cruise for two. This Christmas, Daily 3 could make that dream come true. Spend $10 or more on Daily 3 tickets, multi-X or not, and you'll automatically receive a promotional voucher. Win cash prizes up to $2,000, a $1,000 grocery voucher, or the ultimate holiday escape, a Caribbean cruise for two. Play Daily 3 today and sail into the holiday of a lifetime. Your cruise awaits. Promotion begins Monday 8th December 2025 and ends Friday 16th January 2026. Dominica National Lottery. Everything is possible. Must be 18 or older to participate.
And welcome back, everyone. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is the news broadcast for the 9th of December, 2025. In local news this evening, the government of Dominica announces the annual concession on Christmas barrels, which will apply to barrels imported into Dominica from the 8th December 2025 to the 9th January 2026. A barrel refers to non-commercial shipments received in barrels, boxes, crates, packages, or drums. These must contain personal use items only and not goods intended for resale. Eligible contents include food items with limited quantities of clothing, toiletries, and toys. Barrels with a value up to EC $1,500 will qualify for full exemption from import duty and customs service charge. Each household in Dominica is allowed to import up to 2 barrels under this concession. A flat Dominica Air and Seaport Authority DASPA charge of EC $10 will apply for the handling and storage of each barrel. In addition, a 15% value-added tax will be calculated on the import value and payable to the Comptroller of Customs. The High Court of Dominica has ruled in favor of former Prime Minister Edison James, finding that Senior Magistrate Michael Loader acted improperly when he ordered James into the court's holding cells on the 16th of February, while he awaited possible bail. The court awarded James EC $8,000 in compensation and ordered the state to cover his legal costs. James, who is 80, had been charged with incitement related to a United Workers' Party meeting on the 7th February 2017. After spending about 20 minutes in a holding cell, he was granted EC $50,000 bail with one surety. He later criticized the magistrate's decision, saying bail should have been considered immediately and that he felt the move was intended to keep him in jail. The case went to mediation but failed, leading to the High Court hearing. James welcomed the ruling, calling it a vindication of his constitutional rights and stressing that the issue was about due process, not money. He said the judgment underscores the responsibility of judicial officers to uphold the rule of law and urge citizens to seek legal redress when their rights are violated. James served as Dominica's Prime Minister from 1995 to 2000. The broader incitement case involving him, former opposition leader Lennox Linton, and UWP leader Dr. Thompson Fontaine was dismissed at the High Court, but the state has appealed. As part of its ongoing Christmas loan promotion, the National Bank of Dominica, NBD, continues to reward customers through its exciting NBD Christmas sweepstake. Customers who apply for an NBD credit card or personal loan earn the chance to win one of the 4 grocery shopping sprees, each valued at easy $1,000.
We are still here at Fresh Market, and the vibes is real. You can win a shopping spree right here with the National Bank of Dominica.
The latest sweepstakes took place at Fresh Market, where winner Mr. Julius Brown generously allowed his friend Michael Matthew to shop on his behalf. Following the event, he encouraged everyone to choose National Bank.
First of all, I'm for a good job. And all we have to tell you people, come in NBD, open that account. And you get so much goods and representatives from NBD. If you want money, just come in NBD, get your jobs, and then come in and bank to our success.
NBD has a total of 4 sweepstakes scheduled for this holiday season. The next draw will take place at S-Mart Supermarket as the promotion continues to spread Christmas cheer across Dominica. Dominica continues to forge ahead on its path toward a cleaner, more resilient future, and today's commissioning of the solar photovoltaic system at the Dominica China Friendship Hospital is a powerful testament to that commitment. This new system not only meets the hospital's energy demands, but also strengthens the reliability and cost efficiency of power for our most critical health services. Our transition to renewable energy is gaining momentum across the nation, with ongoing construction of the geothermal plant and the steady expansion of renewable technologies. This solar installation represents another key milestone on our journey to full energy sustainability. Each advancement moves us closer to an energy sector that is greener, more efficient, and increasingly self-sufficient. This accomplishment reflects strong partnership and a shared vision. We extend sincere appreciation to the OECS Commission, Direct Relief, and DOMLEC for their vital support, and to the teams of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Social Services and the Dominica Hospitals Authority for their leadership. Through this collaboration, we take another meaningful step toward becoming the world's first climate-resilient nation. Also, the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy, in collaboration with stakeholder institutions, is working to strengthen Dominica's dashing value chain. Research shows that increasing productivity and reducing production costs are key to improving sustainability, competitiveness, and profitability. To support farmers, the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARDI, and the ministry established a research plot at the Lapland Agricultural Station using second-generation tissue-cultured dasheen. The study aims to identify optimal planting distances to maximize marketable yield per acre and analyze their effect on production costs. CARDI and the Ministry of Agriculture hosted a field day for extension officers and farmers to demonstrate how clean planting material and different spacing affect growth, weed suppression, and eventual yield. Last week, CARDI also introduced microtubers of 8 tropicalized Irish potato varieties and tissue-cultured plantlets of 2 high-yield dasheen cultivars to Dominica, now being acclimatized at the Dominica China Agricultural Science Complex in Portsmouth. Let's hear from CARDI's country representative, Mr. Dorian Etienne.
Today's activity at the Lapland Agricultural Station is the collaborative effort of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Blue and Green Economy and CARDI to address a critical gap in providing data-driven, site-specific recommendations for planting distances for dashing in the main growing areas. The experimental plot, as you're seeing, was designed to determine the optimal planting spacings for the common variety that is grown with a view to maximizing marketable corn yield per acre. It is also designed to analyze the relationship between various planting distances and the cost of production, and also to develop and disseminate practical and evidence planting distances guidelines tailored to our local environment.
The field day also marks the 50th anniversary of Kadi. And finally, in local news this evening, on Saturday, Miss Luana Laura, founder of Making Sense of Dollars, launched 2 new books in the Money Lessons for Little Learners activity book series. The series seeks to fill a gap in Caribbean education, teaching children essential financial skills while normalizing money conversations from an early age and breaking generational cycles. Author Luana Laura shared her inspiration behind the books.
Employees finally understanding their payroll and taxes, business owners who have moved from chaos to clarity, men and women building confidence not just in money but in themselves, and students navigating tertiary education on a budget. And through it all, one truth became loud and clear. Adults were not the only ones struggling. The struggle was generational. The gaps were inherited, and confusion was passed down from parent to child. That realization shifted everything. As we worked with families and communities, we began to hear a common concern from, but they don't teach money in schools. Or if I had known earlier in my life, I would be better off, right? But at the same time, we also heard, but Luana, I don't want to burden my child with this kind of a talk. Isn't it too early to teach them that? Nobody taught me that, so they learn just like me. And let children be children. Those doubts come from love because parents want to protect their children from worry, and that's okay. But the truth is, supported by research, is that children form money habits as early as age 7. By that age, they already mirror what they see, how adults handle stress, whether money conversations happen in open or secret, whether saving is normal or optional, whether spending brings joy or trigger. So the question becomes, if we don't teach them early, what lessons will they inherit?
She also gave viewers an overview of the content.
And practical, because learning should feel like discovery and not stress. So what does each book teach? They are financial foundation. In book 1, Earn It, Work, Earn and Play, children explore the powerful truth that money must be earned. On page 5, we see Drew proudly selling lemonade, a simple, relatable scene showing children that earning can come from effort, creativity, and helpfulness. Book 1 also uses real Caribbean notes like the EC $5 bill on page 5, making learning culturally grounded right from the start. And the money matching activity on page 8 introduces not just coins, but early numeracy and value recognition. These are the foundations of understanding income, which is the very first step of financial literacy. Book 2, Save It, The Power to Plan, deepens the journey into saving, patience, and planning. We see Lou and Drew compare spending now versus saving for bigger goals later. And on page 3, the book reminds children that quick spending may bring toys today, but no money tomorrow. A powerful early lesson in opportunity cost. The free jazz rule on page 6, save, spend, and share.
She also expressed hope that the series will become a staple across sectors in Dominica.
What do we at Finance Focus hope to achieve from this? We hope that this series will become a staple in homes and classrooms across Dominica and the communities. We hope that it will help parents feel confident teaching money without fear or uncertainty, give teachers practical tools to integrate financial literacy into early learning, inspire children to become thoughtful, empowered, responsible individuals, and to build a future Caribbean generation that is financially confident and wise. Our long-term vision is clear: a region strengthened by financially empowered families, starting with our youngest learners.
EmoNews congratulates Luana Laura on this exciting launch. The books are now available on Amazon. And that's all for local news this evening. Stay tuned for regional news coming up next.
We're at the different phases in life. We move at a different pace. All we need is to be supported. Cause when the baby's coming, business needs revamping. The new job's starting, and you need an outfit. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up. The wedding's planning, rent due dates coming. Momentum is your support financing. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up.
In regional news this evening, Grenada has successfully concluded the Connected Caribbean Summit 2025, which conveyed senior leaders from across the region and internationally under the theme Catalyzing Caribbean Transformation. Over the course of 5 days, government officials, justice sector leaders, innovators, investors, and youth participated in focused, action-driven discussions on digital innovation, economic resilience, justice reform, climate preparedness, and the modernization of education, all geared towards strengthening coordinated regional development. Delivering remarks at the opening session, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell emphasized that meaningful transformation starts within individual nations and must extend outward to fuel collective Caribbean advancement. Mr. Everton Jeffers has been officially appointed Commissioner of Police for the Royal Police Force of Antigua and Barbuda, with his appointment taking effect on the 21st November 2025, Commissioner Jeffers, who previously served in an acting capacity, succeeds retired Commissioner Atlee Rodney, who retired earlier this year. Mr. Rodney, now Deputy Director of the Regional Security System RSS, served as Commissioner from the 25th November 2019 and gave more than 40 years of distinguished service to the force, including 6 years in its highest office. Commissioner Jeffers becomes the 11th individual to hold the position, bringing with him over 4 decades of experience. His career has been marked by steadfast dedication, professionalism, and a strong commitment to national security and public service. Upon accepting the role, Commissioner Jeffers stated, "I am truly humbled to be given this task to lead this noble organization, and I can assure the people of this nation that I am committed to continue giving my best service to the nation of Antigua and Barbuda." End of quote. He also expressed gratitude to his family, colleagues, friends, and supporters for standing behind him during his tenure as acting commissioner. Additionally, he paid tribute to retired Commissioner Rodney for his exemplary leadership and wished him success in his new regional post. Alongside Commissioner Jeffers' appointment, Superintendent Louisa Benjamin Kwashi has been promoted to Deputy Commissioner of Police, also effective 21st November 2025. Several other senior officers have been elevated as part of the force's ongoing leadership restructuring. The police administration extends congratulations to Commissioner Jeffers, Deputy Commissioner Benjamin Kwashi, and all newly promoted officers, offering best wishes as they take on their new roles in service to Antigua and Barbuda. And finally, in regional news, the Jamaica Public Service Company, JPS, reported that 80% of its customers have had electricity restored following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. As of December 1, 6 parishes still have over 40% of customers without power, namely St. Anne, St. James, Trelawney, Hanover, St. Elizabeth, and Westmoreland. Westmoreland remains the most severely affected parish, with 88% of its more than 34,000 customers still without electricity. In St. Elizabeth, 56% of its 46,000 customers continue to experience outages. JPS says it has restored service to Lucia in Hanover, parts of Mile Gully in Manchester, and communities including Anchovy, Tamarind Hill, and Orchard in St. James. The company also reports that 97% of major public and private hospitals across the island have regained power. Meanwhile, telecommunications providers continue restoration efforts. Judicial has restored 66% of its critical sites, while Flow reports 65% restored. The National Water Commission notes that 77% of its essential facilities are now back online. And that's all for regional news this evening. Stay tuned for international news coming up next. And now for international news. At least 30 people were injured after a magnitude 7.5 earthquake struck northeastern Japan on Monday night, forcing thousands to evacuate. The quake hit at about 80 kilometers off Amori at a depth of 50 kilometers, triggering tsunami warnings. Now lifted and waves up to 70 centimeters. Thousands of homes lost power. Some train services were suspended, and authorities warn that stronger tremors may follow in the coming days. Prime Minister Sene Takashi urged residents to review safety measures and be prepared to evacuate. About 90,000 people were ordered to evacuate, and around 2,700 homes remain without power. The government has activated its crisis response team to assess damage and support rescue efforts. No irregularities were reported at the Higashidori, Onagawa, or Fukushima nuclear facilities. Donald Trump on Monday announced a $12 billion aid package for farmers, saying the funds would come from tariff revenues. He said the support would give farmers stability as they move this year's harvest to market and prepare for next year, adding farmers don't want aid, they want a level playing field. According to Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, $11 billion will be delivered as one-time payments to row crop farmers, with the remaining funds allocated later. Payments are expected to start moving by 28th of February. The move comes amid ongoing trade disputes and a tariff system now under U.S. Supreme Court review. China has only recently resumed buying U.S. soybeans after turning to other suppliers during earlier tensions. Trump praised the tariff regime and blamed farmers' struggles on inflation and regulatory burdens. The package mirrors a similar $12 billion bailout he issued in 2018 during a trade clash with China. And that's all for international news this evening. Stay tuned for the sports segment coming up next. And welcome to the sports segment. The Dominica Athletics Association, DAA, is pleased to announce that Dominica has been officially selected as a beneficiary of the World Athletics Project 10 initiative, paving the way for the construction of a World Athletics Class 1 synthetic track and field facility on the island. This milestone follows 2 years of intensive proposal work, consultations, and technical assessments, beginning with the DAA's 2023 submission to World Athletics. A recently finalized agreement between the Qatar Olympic Committee and World Athletics confirms Dominica among the approved countries. The announcement aligns with government plans for a modern national sports complex, which will include a synthetic track and an Olympic-sized swimming pool. The DAA welcomes this global partnership and the support it brings to Dominica's sporting future. The association extends gratitude to Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Honorable Oscar George, Reggie Severin, Billy Doctrove, and the various government and technical teams whose collaboration ensured Dominica met all requirements. This project marks a new chapter for athletics, enhancing athletic development, boosting Dominica's capacity to host regional and international events, and inspiring future generations. The DAA looks forward to continued collaboration with the government of Dominica, World Athletics, and the Qatar Olympic Committee as the landmark project moves forward. And finally, in sports this evening, East Central FC secured a thrilling 5-4 victory over BAA Sharks FC in the Under-18 Boys League. Goals for East Central were scored by Jalen Lockhart, Alistair Barry, Shaquan Gustav, and Jarrell Charles. BAA Sharks' Kasim Bethelme starred with an impressive 4-goal performance, but it wasn't enough to prevent the defeat. And that's all for the sports segment. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service. And this brings us to the end of tonight's news broadcast for the 9th of December 2025. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis. On behalf of the entire newscast, we say thank you for viewing. This is Emo Nightly News, every moment online. Good night.